Okay, this is Cousin Russ. I'm going to be talking about Family Tree Maker 2019. And this time I'm going to talk about removing person notes from an Ancestry member tree. So to show you what I'm talking about, I'm going to go to Family Tree Maker and the Ancestry member tree to show you what I'm talking about on the Ancestry member tree. So I have this profile, and I'm going to look at the profile. And when I do, I'm going to click on View Notes. And what that does is open up the right-hand panel with notes that I have put in Family Tree Maker that are now on Ancestry. Now, these notes to me are the stories. It's information that I created, and I'll show you to you in more detail in Family Tree Maker, but there's stories that I have created in Family Tree Maker that are now on Ancestry. And I want to now remove that. Before I do, I want to go back to the Ancestry member tree, because one of the things that I find very helpful for me and also for other people is to have an image somewhere that indicates this is the end of the line for my research at the moment. For example, William James does not have a father nor a mother. So I want to be able to communicate to somebody visiting the Ancestry member tree that this is my end of line. Again, within Family Tree Maker, I've already dealt with that. I know how to do it for me within Family Tree Maker, and I'm going to the Media Workspace, and I know what category that image is, and these are the two images that show my end of line. So there's an end of line mail, and it's marked private. It's got the lock on it. I'm going to make it unprivate. I'm going to remove the private check mark on both of those icons. Now that has not taken place in Ancestry member tree yet, but it will the next time I do the sync. So next time I do the sync, those two images will appear in the Ancestry member tree. So I want to go back to Anna, because now I want to deal with the notes. So I go to the person view, and in the person view, down at the bottom are those notes that I have created myself, and I also have citations that I put in either notes, any of the notes, so I know what is above that citation, where it came from. Now, the easy way that I could do it from here is to click that lock. The lock makes it private. But I want to show you a different way. If I went through all the profiles, I would click each one of those locks for each person who had person notes, not research notes. They're already private, but person notes. So how do I know who has notes, let alone private notes? So I'm going to go to the Publish Workspace, and I'm going to go to the Person Reports, and I'm going to select the Notes report and create that report. So there is the notes for Anna, and there's only 2 pages, but I'm sure that I have more notes than that. So I want to see how many people do have notes, but I've already made them private ahead of time, but I'm going to deal with Anna here for you live. So I'm going to show private notes. There are 40 pages of private notes. That's not number of people who have private notes, but there are 40 pages of private notes. I'm going to hide the private ones I've already marked, but what I want to show you, if I had 40 pages of notes, but I marked each one as private from here because I can edit from here. So I'm going to double click on the name, it brings up the profile for Anna, and there's notes, and there's the notes that are on Ancestry that I showed you earlier, and I'm going to click the lock here and click OK. Now, if I've done my work correctly, I have now no notes of people that are not marked private. I haven't lost any of them, because if I show private notes, there's 40 pages of notes. So now I've done what I wanted to do, and I hope. And if I go back to the tree view, you will see this icon for William James. There's that icon that I have in Family Tree Maker. So I can see it here when I'm coming up to somebody with the end of line, but I want somebody to see that on Ancestry. In here you will see that there's 2 images, 3 images that I have in Family Tree Maker that are now no longer in the Ancestry member tree. So what I'm going to do now, what I have to do, is update what's on the Ancestry member tree. As is my custom, I'm going to compact and back up the file, and I'm going to add the time of the backup and put it in a custom folder and click OK, and now it is backing up my file that I've changed. And clicking OK, now it's going to do the compacting or cleaning up the database, stuff that I can't see, errors that I can't see, but the compacting file does some file maintenance, and I do this all the time. Gets down to 0.3%. I want 0, so I clicked OK, because I'm going to run the compact file again, but this time I don't have to do the backup. I just did one, so I clicked on Perform Extended Analysis Compact. So now it's compacting again. It should get me down to 0%. And it does. So I'm good to go. My file in the status in the upper right hand corner says I've worked in the computer, needs to be updated. There's green status. So now I'm good to go, and I'm going to sync now. And I should get a green weather report, which I do. Continue to sync. And as I showed you before, I'm going to do a screen capture of that image that you see on the screen. I have a screen capture program that I use. So I've made a bunch of changes, but I want to know what those changes are. So I click on view the family sync change log. I don't necessarily need to do anything with it, but I'm going to save it. Clicking OK. And I'm going to put the file name at the front, and I'm going to add the date at the end and the time. Now I'm going to copy that file name. It's on my clipboard. The PDF file is saved with appropriate file name. I can close this. I can click continue. It's now updating. And while it's updating, I am going to save that image that I created, and I copied the file name, and I've now saved that on my hard drive, and it'll be put into a specific folder category in Family Tree Maker. So I am now in sync. There's a check mark down here. That means I should be good to go. So I'm going to bring up the Ancestry member tree, and I needed to click a refresh, and there's the refresh, and there is that image that is now on Ancestry. That's the first thing that I did. I took that image and made it not private. I'm going to go to Anna's profile, and I'm going to click on notes. There were notes. There are now no notes. All of the images from Ancestry are here, as they should be. So I believe that I accomplished what I wanted to do in removing all of the person files that I have in Family Tree Maker that I've created, told the stories as I know them, and put them on the Ancestry member tree. So with that, I'll end the recording and post it as in a blog post describing what I just did. And if you have comments, please leave them on the blog. Thank you very much and have a great day.